Mojo Video Marketing presents Video Marketing Expert Series, hosted by Corey Michael Sanchez.
Corey Michael Sanchez here with Mojo Video Marketing on the next installment of the Video Marketing Expert Series. And today I'm talking with Mark Robertson, the founder and CEO of RealSEO.com. Now, if you're involved with video marketing at all of any kind, you should definitely need to know Real SEO. It is a one-of-a-kind site that is really the biggest aggregator, and basically has so much content on online video marketing. It provides insight into news, tips, trends, overall guidance for those wishing to leverage video marketing, social media, and search engine optimization. And I'm really excited to talk with Mark because he's an SEO genius. I mean, he really knows his way around search engine optimization, and especially when it relates to video. He's got a number of years of experience. He's a popular speaker, consultant, passionate thought leader with online video marketing and search engine marketing industries. And so he speaks all over the world, and he is really the top guy when it comes to video marketing websites and how to SEO it. So I'm excited about this. He's spoken at conferences such as Search Engine Strategies, PubCon, Video Commerce Summit, Streaming Media, SMX, a whole lot more. So, how are you doing today, Mark?
I'm great. Thanks for having me, and that was quite an introduction. Thanks.
You're welcome, man. Well, hey, I'm really excited about this because, you know, we're actually putting together, we're redoing our site right now, and it's great to be chatting with you. And just because, you know, us, like other companies out there, we want to incorporate video. And we know how important it is to use search engine optimization strategies with video marketing. And it just seems like if you want that information, either you got to pay a lot of money for it, you got to go to a consultant who you're going to pay a lot of money to, you know, have consult for you, or you really just have to dig really deep and find out these nuances which aren't really widely known. And so that's why I'm really excited to talk with you, because I know starting out, you know, Real SEO, it was just kind of a passion project for you. And it became something huge, bigger than you ever thought it would be. So tell us a little bit more about yourself, Mark, and about how Real SEO started.
Sure. Well, to start off, if anybody needs some really expensive consulting, I'm available. But yeah, so you know, for a number of years, I worked at a large media company, Freedom Communications, that has newspapers and broadcast stations around the nation, and I was director of search for our 200-plus websites. And one of the things I started noticing in 2006 with Google's launch of Universal Search was these video thumbnails popping in Google. And being that I'm an SEO guy, I wanted to find out more about how that was happening and how that was working. And so I noticed that hardly anyone was writing about it. And I really just started this blog, Real SEO. Granted, I know real means film or fishing rods, but it was it's the closest thing I could think of. And really, it was just kind of a project for myself to kind of aggregate information about this so I could myself learn how to optimize video. And what I quickly found out, as I'm sure a lot of the listeners know, and certainly you guys too, those who have been involved with video for much longer than I have, is that there's a heck of a lot more to it than just, you know, how you publish a flash element to the page and how you describe your video. So for me to really grasp how to leverage online video and marketing, I had to start learning about, you know, what are the right ways to produce video, and you know, how do you do a storyboard and those sorts of things. And so I quickly realized that, oh my gosh, this is much more broad than just SEO. And since I'd say about mid-2008, we started to broaden the focus of our content such that probably only 10% of it is directly related to SEO, but we still have that domain name, which so next year we'll probably look for some changes there. We're going to try and broaden the brand as well. But at this point, yeah, it's grown actually quite a bit, and just today we hit 400,000 page views a month, which for a blog is great, especially a niche blog. And the whole goal of it is really to, in fact, let me move the slide to the next slide. By the way, I'm not really into baseball, despite this baseball card of myself.
You're still an all-star, though, that's for sure.
That's right. I'm a streaming media all-star. Streaming media, by the way, is another great site for those that want to learn more about the technology of online video. But so anyway, yeah, the website is something where I've got a few dedicated columnists as well as myself, and then we have guest posts almost on a weekly basis. But really our goal is for ourselves to use this as a platform to learn as much as we can, because like I say, there's always something to learn with online video. But also I think we kind of enjoy evangelizing for the industry and sharing those how-to tips and those tutorials. We also do cover news that we think is important, and but really the goal is to kind of try and teach people what they need to know for this. So we'd love it if we can get more subscribers and more visitors. That's how we're monetizing the site currently, and so we encourage everybody to please visit us and subscribe.
Well, yeah, and you got tons of great articles and tons of great authors too, which is pretty powerful. I mean, you know, it's not. I remember when you said you started out, it was just kind of a one-man band kind of deal, and I think you had an interesting story about how you truly got started on, you know, on this whole endeavor where you just kind of thrust into it. Wasn't that right?
Yeah, I mean, a year ago, yeah, that's the part I just forgot and left out. Yeah, a year ago, that full-time job, I quit. You know, I was really tired of, granted the people at the company were great, I was really tired of working for a very old-school mentality in terms of the executive team, so it was hard to get much done that was exciting. So I decided to leave, and I thought, well, I could make something out of this, and so for the last year, I've been focused almost exclusively on just trying to produce as much quality content as we can. We try our best not to just regurgitate press releases. But with that, you know, I started looking for some writers, and believe it or not, one of them who's great, his name is Christopher Rick. I actually found him on Elance, and that was sort of a fluke where I wanted a couple articles written, and he happened to be willing to research topics, and he submitted some great articles, and so I've been working with him for about 2 years. And then through a mutual introduction, I was introduced to Jeremy Scott, who is one of our favorites, and he writes on almost on a daily basis. So they're both paid contributors. And then there's Grant Crowell, who also loves this space, and he's a paid contributor, but he also writes a lot of things that he enjoys, and they have somewhat free reign, just sort of to, you know, with some certain guidelines in terms of what the readers enjoy, but, you know, the goal being that they can sort of talk about the things that they're interested in. Jeremy's very interested in viral video concepts and marketing, and so he tends to cover that.